So I just got done watching Mandy. Now this is a film me and a lot of people I know have been looking forward to. Why? Because Nicolas Cage is in it. Nicolas Cage is the most unpredictable actor you will ever see in film. One day he gives you the best performance you've ever seen. The next day he gives you the worst performance you've ever seen. And the next day he does both of those things in the same movie. The guy's all over the place. He's absolutely nuts. When we watched this trailer, my friends and I, we've been stoked about it ever since because we knew this was a film where he was gonna bring it. And Nicolas Cage always brings it. It's just sometimes you don't want what's been brought in. And this trailer had, kind of promised this is that Nicolas Cage that we always look forward to, the nutty, unhinged Nicolas Cage. And he definitely brings that to this film. So I would like to say, first off, that this is not a film for everyone by any means. It is very weird. It is very slow at times. The plot is extremely thin. It's style over substance. And when I'm talking about the style, the first thing you're going to mention with the style of this film, because this is the director of Beyond the Black Rainbow. So if you've ever seen that movie or any part of it, you'll understand what you're kind of getting yourself into. This guy has, in this film, he really overuses color. And the saturation of the color is so intense and so rich at times that you can barely even tell what's going on. I would like to see this on a Blu-ray or something to see if it's a little more clear. I had rented it on VOD. Sometimes I don't have the best connection, so I didn't know. But when I had watched the trailer, if you watch my trailer reaction, I had said, man, it seems like it's going to be kind of hard to tell what's going on at times. And I was absolutely right by that. Now, I don't mind style like this. It felt like Suspiria on acid when it came to, its color palette. I have to imagine that this was like color grading done in post, but I get it, like it's the style and whatnot, and I don't mind it, but it was too much at times. And I kind of, like, the images were getting lost in just the confusion of the colors. Like, they were so rich. But these films are just kind of supposed to feel like, you're on drugs. Like, that's the way these films feel to me personally. But yeah, overall, I definitely enjoyed the film. But I will say that the first hour and 15 minutes of this movie, it's a 2-hour film, is very, very slow. This whole Nicolas Cage gets an axe and he's fighting Hellraiser dudes and he's fucking got a chainsaw and all that. None of that starts happening until much, much later into the film. It's really just slow drama and character moments and long bits of dialogue where nothing's happening. And I think that will bore the shit out of a lot of people and they won't be stoked. So if you do end up getting this movie and you are someone who's extremely bored by that kind of stuff and you were just looking forward to the Nicolas Cage stuff that you'd seen from the trailers, you could skip to about an hour and 15 minutes, an hour and 14 minutes, somewhere around that area. I was looked at it on my thing because I was like, I bet this is kind of where people who aren't into that slow part would probably be more into this interesting, like, insanity. We have a couple actors here that I was looking forward to seeing in this movie, like Richard Brake and Bill Duke. And both of them are in it, but they're both just kind of underutilized. They're both in it for a very short period of time, and it's kind of a shame, to be honest, because I was really, really looking forward to them. Their performances were good, and they stuck out when they were on screen, and they kind of got got their moment to shine in a way because they were by themselves in their scenes talking to Nick Cage's character. So at least they weren't just some person in the background for 2 seconds or something. They got their screen time when their part came up, but I would have liked to have seen them more. I did find myself a tad bored at times, and I think that reason was because of something I had mentioned earlier. The style of the film wasn't all that much working for me. I would compare this sort of to a movie like The Neon Demon, except for the difference with that is that the Neon Demon style, which is, Refn is always style over substance for sure. But his style works so well for me. So when I watched The Neon Demon, it was very like this, where it was super slow, and it was all just about imagery and colors and this and that. But I was enamored. I was intoxicated by those visuals. I just thought they were like unbelievably gorgeous. They were rich, and they felt like I could my senses were feeling and tasting and smelling the screen. It was really wild. It was a wild experience for me when I saw it in theaters. And I feel like that's kind of what I would expect from a film like this. When I was watching it, I was like, I think this is kind of what I'm supposed to be feeling here, but I'm not really feeling that. It's not like I outright hated it, but it was just like, this style it's too much. It's too much. I'm not getting anything out of it visually. It just feels like they're shining a bunch of red and blues and whatever in my face. And I'm just like, okay. But that's not to say that there isn't artistic, shots and whatnot that I didn't like. There absolutely is. I just wish that maybe we could see the film a little bit better. And yeah, I mean, when Cage is out there and he's losing it, and he's doing his thing, and he's grabbing his axe and his all that, the gore and all that, really good stuff. Really, really good. Cage is fantastic when he gets to shine. He doesn't really get to shine until over an hour into the film, so it's just kind of like really long, drawn out conversations. But yeah, like Cage does shine. So look forward to that. You just kind of got to get there. If you're like me and you're just kind of like, all right, come on. So this is going to be an art house lover, kind of film. So I guess in a way, overall, I'm kind of disappointed. But this is basically what I expected from this film because of Beyond the Black Rainbow. Which I actually haven't seen all the way through, but when I watched what I watched of it, I was like, this is so slow and so weird. Which, weird is fine, and slow is fine. That's not this bad things. It's just the way it was done. But the music in this is cool. It's just, I don't know how to explain that kind of music. But so I'm not even gonna try. But yeah, so. Anyways, this is currently streaming on Amazon. I don't know. I'm sure it's somewhere else. VOD. I got it for $5.99 for the HD. I paid extra for the HD just so that maybe, because when I saw that trailer, as I said, so I was like, all right, let's make sure I get the best quality so I can figure out what the hell's going on in here. But I hope you guys all love it, and I look forward to seeing what all of you think once you've seen it. So let me know. Anyway, guys, I gotta get to sleep. Hopefully I don't dream like anything I saw in this fucking movie. Or I won't be able to sleep. This movie's trippy as fuck. Alright, good night.